This week was a contentious one. The abortion debate is always high energy on both sides. And when you put that in a high stakes case at the high court, the tension between both sides is palpable. But the pro-life movement is truly the movement of peace and prayer. So for this week's Pro-Life Focus, we want to highlight the peaceful presence on the Supreme Court steps before the abortion debate took place inside. Students for Life of America held a prayer vigil and then an all-night vigil outside the Supreme Court from Tuesday evening to Wednesday morning. Despite even some rain, pro-lifers came out to pray before the Supreme Court justices heard this very important case. Pro-life leaders shared words of prayer and encouragement, including from the very woman who wrote the pro-life law at the center of the Supreme Court case, Democrat Louisiana State Senator Katrina Jackson. Listen to what Jackson had to say.
Our victory was proclaimed on the cross.
Yes.
So we have no question about what's happening tomorrow. Because when you stand and advocate for God, He stands and advocates for you.
Amen.
I thank you all for standing with us, because standing with us is protecting women and the unborn.
How powerful that it was prayer that paved the way for the Supreme Court hearing. This week, I was able to be inside the Supreme Court as a member of the press to hear the oral arguments. I was in the court when the justices heard this pivotal abortion case. There was definitely tense back and forth between the justices and the lawyers, but it was in stepping outside of the Supreme Court and walking around the rally with all the protesters and advocates that the difference between our movements was stark. Abortion advocates were shouting out vulgar language and music, even shouting out threats. But the pro-life movement demonstrated a truly pro-woman, compassionate approach. Sometimes when you watch the abortion debate unfold in person in real time, it can seem daunting, like we'll never be able to convert all hearts and minds. But I'm convinced that peaceful and prayerful encounters can change this culture, even if it is one person at a time. So thank you to Students for Life of America for hosting that prayerful vigil, and for all our pro-life viewers who I'm sure were busy praying for this cause at home. It's that very love and peace that can communicate more loudly than any bullhorn.